Welcome to this week's episode of The Sandy Fish. We're gonna go on all kinds of awesome adventures. See you guys out there. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the morning of Christmas Eve. I tried to do some fishing and wasn't really too successful. I caught a small OEO, but that was basically it for the whole morning. So this is the time lapse, and I decided to give you guys a video of me tying some knots because it was by request from a friend of mine to actually show you guys what the knots and stuff look like. So here you guys go. Okay guys, so a friend of mine brought it to my attention that my first video was difficult to see what was happening, and he wanted a little bit more clarity on what I was doing. So I'm going to show you a few knots here. I'm going to show you the polymer, or I don't even know how to pronounce that, polymer. So anyways, it's for terminal tackle, which means swivels and things like this, and I'm using 40-pound test just to show you what this looks like on a thicker line. So first off, polymer, you want to double the line up and like so, make a little loop here in the front, and then you want to send it through one of these eyes. And then from this point you want to tie a half hitch knot. Oops. Just like that. So it looks like this. Swivel, looks like that. And then from here, after you tie this one knot, you wrap this loop completely around the swivel here. From this point, you can shore up both sides, tag end and main line. And it will look like that when it's completed. Strong little knot. Very, very strong. Okay, so the next one is one of the knots that my friends taught me. This is one of the ones that I use quite a bit for the heavier lines, only because it's easier to tie, because it's so simple. So you just put it through the eye like so. Get yourself a good amount on this tag end here. So then you pin it like this once you have both lines. Then you wrap it up once, twice, 3 times, and then you wrap it down once, twice. So again, all I did was wrap it upwards 3 times and back down the line twice. So I'll do it again. So just pull it through the eye and wrap it once, twice, 3 times, and then while pinning this side, you wrap it once, twice downward, and then you stick it back through the loop on the swivel side. From this point, you're going to want to lubricate the knot so that it doesn't abrade the line just by pulling it tight. So I'm going to use some spit. And then you just pull this guy tight. Should look like that when you're completed. Nice little knot. I trust this knot for a lot of applications, so this is a good one to tie. For the last one, the trilene, so you're going to want to go through the loop once, twice, and then you should have a loop like this inside of the line. And then you wrap it around the main, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go back through the bottom loop. Then after you go through the bottom loop, you're making this loop here, so you send it back through that loop. After that, you should have something that looks like a pair of eyeglasses here. Then you're going to want to lubricate this. Spit, of course. And then you want to shore that up like this. And then you're going to want to pull the tag end, which is this side here. Sorry, I have to do this with my teeth, so I'm doing it off camera. And your end product should look something like that. See how it's double through the eye there? Anyways, this is a really strong knot as well, so I trust this knot too. So those three were really good for your terminal tackle. And now, let's go on to the hook. Okay, so for all of my hooks, I like to snell the knots. It's just a certain style of tying the hook where the line wraps around the shank, so all the pressure is on the shank instead of the line knot. So we're trying to achieve something called the positive hookup, which means the line has to go through the eye a certain way. So always from the barb side, enter the eye this way. This doesn't apply for all types of hook knots, but for this particular one it does. So once you pull this through the eye, you're going to want to pull this over the barb side. Let me clear that. Pull over the barb side, which creates this loop here, this very large loop. So you can adjust this loop by pulling from the tag end, which is this one, or you can pull it from the mainline side and make this loop larger. But just for sanity's sake, we're going to shore this up, make this side short so that it's easier for this to turn over this. So we pull this side tight, and we grab the lower side, and we pull it over the shank and the tag end. And we're going to continue this process, but we pulled this one the last time, so we're pulling from this one this time, just to cross it, just to make that cross right there. It's going over the hook, barb, and the tag end. And you're going to repeat this process 5 times. And then after that, you can pull the tag, and then you can pull the main, and you should have a nice tidy knot like this. Very strong knot, very strong. But I basically use this for everything, so trust this knot with basically every fish. Anyways, good fishing, guys.